Hey everybody, we have been super duper busy the last few days. I have about put my husband out of his misery, working him to death. But we have gotten our shiplap up and um, a few other little things done. So I'm going to just kind of take you through what we've been doing this weekend, and I will see y'all later on. Okay, this is going down the hallway. Now, last weekend we sheetrocked this. We have not floated it out, so you'll still see all the screws. But we got all of this done. Um, we're going to take a door like that you just saw, the 5 panel, and Jay's going to make a door for the linen closet and for this air conditioning closet. All the doors will be replaced with the 5 panel doors and will be painted with the black tricorn from Sherwin-Williams. Now we're entering the bedroom. We're getting ready to shiplap the wall. And the first thing I'm doing is sweeping, because you don't want to put your first piece of shiplap up and have debris or nails or screws or staples or anything down on the floor. So we're sweeping all up around the edges to make sure that we get everything up. And we will be putting up shiplap. Now we got 16-foot boards because we didn't want any lines or splits. And so we're going to be putting the shiplap up. Now Jay's got the level, and we are going to make sure, first of all, that the floor is level. So we're going to get this little bit left with our sweeping, and Jay's got the scooper, and I'm sweeping everything into there. So we've got our floor nice and clean now and ready for our first board. We're going to take the level, which is what we're doing now, and we're going to make sure that the floor is level. Now these old houses, this house was built in 74, you just want to make sure, they settle over time, even on a concrete slab. And so we're moving the level all the way along the wall to make sure that the floor is level the entire way, because we want our first piece to be level. We don't want to get our shiplap on the wall and it be crooked or not look level like it's supposed to be. So our floors, we have discovered, are level. And so we're going to pick our level up, and we're going to get ready and place our first strip of shiplap. Now these shiplap boards have like a little tongue on them, and they just kind of fit. They're similar to tongue and groove, but not exactly. They just kind of fit together, just kind of snap together. So we've got our board down. And what we're going to do now that we've got it down, even though we have checked the floor to make sure it is level, we are going to make sure that this board is level as well, that we didn't miss a nail or miss a piece of shim or something on the floor that's going to cause it to be unlevel. So we're going to check that, and then we're going to get it nailed in. We're going to nail it, I think, with the number 16 finishing nails. And what Jay's doing right now is measuring the corners. Our room is just a hair over 16 feet. So in the corners, we're going to do a vertical molding down the corners to make up for that small little space there. So we've got that done. We've got the board set where we want, and we're going to staple it now. And then we'll continue on with our boards. Now, like I said before, these boards are primed already. So all I'll have to do is just kind of wipe them down a little bit. Now we're checking this board, as you see, with the level to make sure. He put a nail right in the center, and now we're going to make sure the board is still level before we nail that first board down. Very important to get it level. So the primed shiplap is ready to paint. I'll just have to wipe it down a little bit and slap some paint on it when I get ready to paint. So we're going to get this nailed down, and each 2x4 will get a finishing nail in it. I'm not going to show you all of that, but he'll go all the way down, and you don't staple on the front of the board, you staple on the tongue part, and then it's hidden when you slip the other shiplap on top of it. It's very easy to hang. Not a problem at all. Now this is the only wall in the bedroom that we're doing in shiplap. It's going to be the accent wall, and it's going to be the wall where the bed is. Now we're going up with our second piece. We're just going to snap it in there. Of course, we're going to make sure it's level 2. Just to be on the safe side. Make sure we got it snapped down in there good. And then we'll proceed with nailing it onto the 2x4s, and then we'll just go on up until we're finished. Now the color I've chosen is called Alabaster. It is a off-white. I had it in my other house in the kitchen, on the kitchen cabinets and on the trim, and I really liked it. And so when we had our bathrooms redone, we used that as the color of our trim and our shiplap in both the bathrooms that we had refinished. And I like the color. It's not a real stark white, but it's not cream either. So we're going on up with the boards, and then we have to cut around the outlets. So we have to measure to cut around the outlets. Now I'm not showing you all of that in this video, but you basically have to measure and make sure that you cut the outlets out to where it fits around them easily. And you can see I'm just moving right along. We cut around those bottom outlets, and then we're going to keep on moving up. We have to cut around the square outlets, and then we have to cut around the where the lights are going to go, the sconces where the lights are going to go. And I'll show y'all all that at the end of this video and explain to y'all what we're doing with all these outlets and everything. The insulation was in excellent shape, surprisingly. I thought we'd probably have to replace it, but it was in excellent shape, and so we kept the insulation that was in the house when we bought it from my mother. You can see us just trying to make sure everything's in the grooves and everything's level before we nail it down. And at this point, he's measuring around the other outlets, okay? And then he's making sure it's all popped in all the way, because you don't want to get off and then have a wall that looks lopsided. You want it to look nice and straight and be level. Now you can see we've gotten on up. We're about to put our very last piece of shiplap up. We've cut around the lights. We've done all this. And now we're putting our very last piece up. Now we did have to trim this piece. It's not a full piece. And then what I'm doing in my house and what I've done in the rooms that I've done already is I'm just using plain old 1x4s for trim. Just like they used to have in all the old houses. That's what I wanted. I wanted that old country
Okay,
look.
guys, we are off to another adventure today. We shiplapped, as you saw, the bedroom yesterday, and today we are headed to the city. That's about an hour away from us. We got to go to the pharmacy and pick up some medicine. And then Jay's going to a friend's wedding here in a few weeks, and we got to get him some new slacks to pack in his suitcase when he goes, because he's lost so much weight, and so none of his clothes fit, and the ones that do are in storage. So we're going to eat breakfast at Denny's. At least that's the plan for now. Go by, get his medicine, and then go to TJ Maxx and try to find him some slacks. Okay, so this is the shirt we got Jay for the wedding. It's a long sleeve black. It's a nice wicking type material. Got it at TJ Maxx. And it's made to wear outside without tucking. It's wrinkle free. Moisture wicking, and it's also machine washable, and it's supposed to be stretchy. Come on through. And then we got him a pair of gray slacks. They've got a stretchy feel to them also, but they look like khakis. They're just gray. They're Denali, and they're called Charcoal Sky. He's going to wear that to the wedding. And then we got him, we went by Kohl's because Skechers wasn't open quite yet. But while we were at Kohl's, we found some Skechers, which he loves to wear. He's got several pair of Skechers. But these are a nice kind of a suede material, but they're waterproof. And they will be good for dress or casual. So he'll also be wearing these to the wedding. And of course they have the memory foam and the air cooled sole to them. Okay, I'm walking back towards the bedroom. As you can see, this wall is sheetrocked. This is the Shiplap wall we did yesterday. Now right here, these little round, these are going to be our sconce lights. These are the boxes for them that go over the bed. And then you might have noticed the little squares on the long shot, but these are going to be double plugs with USB plugs in the middle for charging our phones. Our bedside tables will sit beneath them, and then we also have on each side of the bed just a standard plug on down further towards the floor. Now I did not want bedside lamps sitting on top of my bedside table because they just take up too much space. So there's going to be a light switch on this double plug on one side for the sconce above the bed, and then there will be plugs on the other side, and right in the middle will be 2 USB ports. But this shiplap is just primed. It has not been painted. There's a few little places that got dirty as we were putting it up. So I'm going to wipe that down real good, and then I'm gonna slap some alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. It's an off-white paint, and I'm going to slap that on there. It's the same color that's on my shiplap in the bathrooms. And then you can see we've started with the sheetrock on this wall. Okay. And that area through there, of course, will be the walk-in closet with a barn door right there, a TV right there. And there'll be a little gas heater here on the wall down towards the bottom. We have central heat and air, but in case we lose the electricity in the wintertime, we will have heaters that we will not freeze to death. Okay, and then that's the exit out of the door, and that's Mama's room right directly across the hall, the one that we've already finished with the 5-panel door, which is what we're going to be putting in the house. Okay, right now we're temporarily in the formal living room of our home until we get our bedroom finished. This is my bedside tables I'll be using in the bedroom. They're oak, and I'm pretty sure they were used in a church for something at some point, but they're beautiful, and I'm going to continue to use them. I'm going to, of course, dust them and do some refurbishing on them before we move them back there. But they're great heavy bedside tables, and you just can't find anything like this anywhere. Of course, this is our bed. It's king size, and it'll go underneath the sconces on our shiplap wall. This is my clothes on temporary racks. I really need my walk-in closet. Tired of living out of the living room. We've been in here over a year, and I'm ready to get that bedroom finished and get back there.
And of course, we'll have a lot more space back there, and Jay can move his clothes out of the craft room closet and into the closet with us. Okay guys, that's it for today. That's gonna conclude this little vlog. The wall behind me is the wall in the foyer. There's the front door, and I'm gonna be staining it a classic gray color, a transparent stain, not a solid stain, because I want the wood grain to show through, but that'll be in a different video. But I just wanted to say, if you like my video, give it a thumbs up, and I'm trying really hard to get better at this, so hopefully I'll improve as time goes by, but tune in to see what we're doing next.